Thousands of birds, moving as one. No leader, no boss bird barking orders, no one in the middle with a plan. And yet, look at it. It turns like a single animal. It folds in on itself, splits, reforms. It's one of the most coordinated things in nature, and absolutely nobody is in charge. Here's the part that should stop you. It runs on 3 rules, just 3, and those same 3 rules quietly decide which businesses explode and which ones stall, which markets drift and which ones crash, and whether following the crowd is about to make you rich or wipe you out. So let me show you the 3 rules, and then, more importantly, let me show you the exact moment they turn dangerous. 1986. A computer scientist named Craig Reynolds is trying to animate a flock of birds, and he runs into a wall. Because if you try to script a flock, every bird, every turn, by hand, it's impossible. There are too many of them. So he tries something else. He stops directing the flock, and he starts giving each individual bird a few simple instructions, 3 of them. And here's the key. Each bird can only see the handful of birds right next to it, not the whole flock, just its neighbors. Rule 1. Separation. Don't crash into the birds near you. Keep a little space. Rule 2. Alignment. Match the direction and the speed of the birds near you. Rule 3. Cohesion. Drift gently toward the center of the birds near you. That's it. That's the whole program. No bird knows what the flock is doing. Each one is just reacting to maybe 7 neighbors in the moment, over and over. And out of all that local fumbling, something appears that none of them intended. A single, coordinated, living organism. The flock isn't planned. The flock emerges. Now, hold on to those 3 rules because we're about to point them at your money. And the first thing you'll notice is that they don't actually agree with each other.
Let's start with separation. And let me kill the obvious weeding first. Separation is not be different to stand out. That's a poster, not a principle. In the flock, separation does one job. It stops the birds from piling into each other. The ones that pack too tight collide. They fall out of the sky. Now put that in money terms. The real danger isn't looking like everyone else. It's being correlated with everyone else. Owning what they own, believing what they believe, planning the same exit they're planning. Because that's why crowded trades crash so hard. It's not that the idea was bad. It's that when it turns, everyone reaches for the same door at the same second. Separation isn't about being a contrarian for fun. Separation is decorrelation as survival. Don't share an exit. Next, alignment. And again, the obvious version is wrong. Alignment is not follow the trend. Remember the rule. The bird aligns to the 7 birds around it, not the flock, just its neighbors. And here's the uncomfortable part. So do you. Your feed, your group chat, your industry, the 5 people you actually listen to. That's your local 7. And when all of them start moving in the same direction, you feel momentum. Real, undeniable, everybody knows this momentum. Except it might just be local. Your 7 are not the market. And that gap between what your neighbors are doing and what's actually true, that is the exact reason every bubble feels completely obvious from the inside. It's not that people are stupid at the top. It's that their local 7 all agreed. And then cohesion, the pull toward the center of the group. This one's seductive, because cohesion is where the good stuff lives. Network effects, loyal audiences, communities that grow themselves. The pull that makes people want to stay close. That's a real buildable force, and it compounds. But it's the same force that drags a straggler back into the flock, right as the flock flies into trouble. Cohesion doesn't know if the center is smart. It just pulls toward the center. So it's a feature and a failure mode at the same time. It depends entirely on where the middle is heading. And here's where it all comes together. These 3 rules are always in tension. Separation pushes apart. Cohesion pulls together. Alignment locks everyone's heading. So what happens when you turn alignment and cohesion all the way up and starve separation? The flock stops being resilient and it starts being synchronized. Everybody facing the same way. Everybody packed in tight. Everybody pointed at the same door. And a synchronized system is one shove away from snapping, which is exactly what some physicists decided to measure. 1995. A group of physicists strips flocking down to the bone. No birds, no scenery, just dots on a screen. They call it the Vicsek model. Every dot moves at the same speed. Every dot has one job: line up with your neighbors. And then they add one more ingredient: noise, a little randomness, a little disagreement. When the noise is high, total chaos. The dots scatter. Nobody agrees on a direction. The system is disordered. Now, slowly, they turn the noise down, or they pack the dots closer together. And for a while, nothing. Still messy. Still messy. Still. And then, snap. The entire system locks into one direction at once. Every dot moving together. Order out of nowhere. That snap has a name, a phase transition. And the thing you have to understand is that nobody ordered it. No memo went out. No dot decided to lead. The system flipped from chaos to lockstep the instant local alignment crossed a threshold. One side of the line, disorder. One step over it, total order. This is the most important idea in this whole video, so I want you to actually sit with it. Markets don't slide. Customer behavior doesn't slide. Team culture doesn't slide. They snap. One day it's calm, the next day it's a stampede, and everyone acts shocked as if there was no warning. But there was a warning. There's always the same warning. Rising alignment, when suddenly everyone is talking about the same thing. When the correlations climb, when the disagreement drains out of the room and it starts to feel like everybody just knows. That's not comfort. That's the sound of a system approaching its threshold. The crash was never the surprise. The synchronization right before it, that was the tell.
So, let's make this usable. 3 tools. Framework 1. The 3-rule filter. Before any big move, run it through the rules. Separation. If this turns, am I exiting through the same door as everyone else? Alignment. Is this real momentum, or is it just my local 7? Cohesion. Am I building something that pulls people in, Or am I being pulled toward a center I never actually chose? Framework 2. Watch for the snap, not the slide. Stop waiting for a gradual warning that isn't coming. Watch for rising correlation. Watch for shrinking disagreement. Those aren't signs that you're safe. They're signs you're standing next to the threshold. And the time to prepare is while it still feels calm. Framework 3. Engineer healthy flocking. Whatever you're building, tune all three. Enough alignment to create momentum. Enough separation to survive the turn. Enough cohesion that the value compounds. Get the mix wrong in one direction and you're invisible. Get it wrong in the other and you're just a crowd waiting to crash. So here's your move this week. Take one real decision you're sitting on, an offer, a hire, a channel, an investment, and run it through the 3 rules. Write down what changes when you ask, am I sharing an exit? Am I trusting my local 7? Am I being pulled or am I doing the pulling? Then drop your sharpest insight in the comments. I read them. If this is your kind of thinking, subscribe. This is a whole series on nature's blueprints for building wealth. Next time, how to make an offer spread like a virus. Thanks for watching. Now, go move with intelligence.